topic is dating is easy in Thailand. So this is really. I'm glad I have you guys. Gary, who was supposed to be here, is actually married, and he's rare because he's a British white dude who's married to a British white woman living here in Bangkok. He's a fucking unicorn. It's a running joke. He's a unicorn here. So for me, I always say that for me, it's easy to date here. Very easy to date here. I'm blessed from a dating perspective. However, it's very difficult to have a real relationship here. If you're that I want to boo like girlfriend, maybe turn into something else kind of thing, is very difficult here. Because a lot of people, there's still a lot of stigma around race here and skin color. And a lot of Thai women, they'll fuck you, but they won't take you home. And it's just like, it's like my mom, you better not bring a white girl in my house. It goes both ways. You can't be mad about it. However, I find that women who date black men really fucking date black men. Like it's you can tell it's a very specific group that really rides with us. And it's funny because they kind of look like black women. And they remind me of the same energy that you get from black women back home, you get from Thai women who date black men here. Especially when, like, if you're in Pattaya. I'd say Bangkok is a terrible fucking hip hop scene. And Noak and Tori might disagree with me, but in my opinion, the best hip hop clubs are in Pattaya, 808 and Flex. Those are the best hip hop clubs in this city. Now, people talk about Penta and Sway, who I'm friends with the owner of Penta and Sway. I think it's whack. Like, I think it's repetitive. Yeah, I'll tell Dave. I don't care. I told him.
No, that's true. I was talking about this recently with somebody. I think that when they introduced hip hop to Asia, whenever that was, they still stuck in that damn period. It's like hip hop evolves.
It's
like add the new music. When you gonna add we not still back in 2015, all that when your hands go up. I mean, like, why are we still doing that?
They're still playing 50 Cent. Like, it's your birthday.
But I love, like, it's like, for example, Sugars. Everybody goes to Sugars. Sugars is tough. Oh, this is one of those places where it gets tough to be a black man dating here. Sugars is the hip hop club in Bangkok. That's it. It's Sugars. That's where like Ja Rule went when he comes through, DJ Jajiev, DJ Premier, and like all the big hip hop acts end up at Nelly. I think Nelly was there. I think Nelly did a show.
Yeah, Nelly, Tyga
was there. Yeah, like all the big hip hop that comes through goes to Sugars. Sugars isn't even really a big club. It's like a 2-level, really kind of small spot. But there are a lot of prostitutes there. But there's also a lot of non-working girls there. So you don't know who is who, what is what. You end up, you take a shorty home and she's like, oh yeah, that's going to be 3,000 baht. You're like, whoa, what? I thought we were like vibing. I thought this was, but that's something that people don't talk about when you come and move out here. Tori, I wanted to talk to you about being a black woman because from my perspective, knowing you and a lot of other sisters here, it's a lot more black women than black men here. It's very difficult for you guys, especially black women that tend to date black men or men of color. So what's that experience like?
Yeah, and I like that you set it up with your experience because that is the exact reason why it is hard for a black woman or any woman to date foreign men, period. White men, black men, regardless of where you're coming from. Because when you come to Thailand as a man, off top, the roles kind of flip. So back home, you know what I'm saying? You go to the grocery store, you go get your gas, you go and like anything, like you go out, people sending you drinks. People like, hey, little mama, what's going on? Let me get your digits. You come over here, that's not happening because number one, men are getting approached by women. Like Thai women are very forward, very straight. Like everything we've already said, like they're very straightforward. So like if they feeling you, they're gonna approach you. And so that has become the norm where men are expected to be approached, whether it's at 7-Eleven, whether you're trying to get you some Thai food on the street. whether you going out at night. So when at nighttime, when you're out, like when I go out, I'm not even thinking that like I'm about to be approached. Like it's not even one of those nights where it's like back home, I feel like you getting ready. You like, okay, like I'm looking good. Yeah. I'm ready for somebody to buy me some drinks tonight. Who finna buy these drinks? Bring them drinks to these tables. Like, because ain't nobody sending no goddamn drinks to no table unless you are like, you happen to be like, I've been out at places where it's like a little bit more high end. And then like there may be some travelers who like, oh, like y'all looking good. Like what, y'all live here? Oh, that's cool. And then they just buying drinks. And the kind of circles and stuff that I would like typically kind of be in, like, yeah, you still kind of have that. But the overall vibe is like women going out to hang out and they see these Black men getting approached by Thai women. And like, they just living, like the men out here just be like living their best lives because they don't have to do any work. Women have to now like flip the script and like, you got to get aggressive. So you find women here who then have to like turn to these dating apps and like, they full of crap. The dating apps here are horrible.
Honestly, they get bitter. Like a lot of sisters,
they get bitter.
A lot of women who come out here, they don't know how to adjust. They don't know how to adjust to that new norm. Like, like I've had women be like, yo, I was kind of feeling you. I'm like, why didn't you say something? I'm like, well, I don't know. Because they don't know how to. Like when you grow up 25, 26 years in the States or less, where you've been programmed to always be approached. Like where men always approach you to come here where I don't even notice, like honestly, I don't even notice Western women anymore. I just like, because they're I'm blinded by other women approaching me. Like when women are constantly approaching
it also just doesn't, you just don't like you see people out and you're not even thinking like, oh, I'm about to flirt. Like it's just not that kind of environment, period.
It don't work. Like here, dating here as a man, it's so easy. It gets boring. It gets so repetitive. It's like, who am I gonna hook up with tonight? Like, and God, and I know this isn't to be arrogant. This is just an Eric thing. This is being a man in Thailand. This has been a Western man in Thailand. I remember this one YouTuber, it's some dickhead white dude goes, somebody asked him, oh, do Thai women date Black men, like non-prostitutes? And he was like, no, they don't. I'm like, you are full of fucking shit. Like that is ridiculous. And it's just flat out false. One of the things I see happen here a lot is a lot of soldiers come through here. A lot of Navy dudes, a lot of Army dudes, a lot of Marine dudes come through here, Black dudes, and they end up meeting a Thai girl, and then they end up taking her home, or marrying her, or bringing her back. That is very common here. So this idea that Black men are getting no play is just wrong. I sympathize with women, not only just Black women, just women in general here, because a lot don't. Yeah. Because it's because Western men are being overly pursued by local women, and also other Western women, and local men aren't dating Western women. Like, how many times have you been approached by a Thai guy, Tori, that didn't think you were a prostitute? Like,
I was about to say,
what's up? Let me
I mean, I'm very flirty. So here's another part of it. Like,
Tori be out here, y'all.
I didn't flirt with Eric before. Like, I would care because it's like, no, but I agree with you. It's like, you cannot come here with that same mindset. You cannot come here and get bitter and talking about, oh, it ain't nobody today. Like, honestly, if you really wanted to have somebody, not necessarily like your future boo or like a husband or whatever, but if you came here and you really wanted to meet somebody, especially because like Ebony Expats, like I be having events, we be out here getting it. Like there's actually like a lot of them be hooking up. I mean, motherfuckers out here getting it. Okay, I'm up here in quarantine.
They messy. I'm like, man, me stay away from them, man. I can't do that.
No, but it's like the truth is you can find someone to date or to just like vibe with, have like a little hookup with, like that's your little boo thing here and there. Like you can find that. You definitely can find it, but it's also like, what is your approach? What is your mindset? Like, are you going out and meeting people? Not out to bars and stuff, but just like what networking events are you going to? What kind of circles
are you meeting people? Where are you looking for people to be with?
Yeah.
All right, so no.
Why are you looking for people? That's
no. So Noke, you date Western men. You dated Western men.
Yeah.
And that's actually how I met Noke. Noke is Noke used to date a friend of mine. So what is it? How for as a woman, as a Thai woman who dates Western men, what's dating like for you in Bangkok?
I tend to stay away from men that has only been here a short period. So because they're short period, everything is a playground to them. So women is super easy. They don't need to approach women. Everyone just chases them. I don't want to be having fights with 2-3 other girls. So I tend to stay here a little longer, understands better about, and they get pretty tired of that,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's and the longer you're here, I would say the first year of living here, it's amazing. I mean, you're running up in everything you can. Like it's just because it's really, like you said, it's a playground. Like everywhere you go, it's some of the most beautiful women, affectionate, great food, the energy, the nightlife. It sucks you in, especially when you add Pattaya into it. Like oh my God, when you go down there, it's like Sodom and Gomorrah. Like Pattaya is what everybody thinks Bangkok is. Like Pattaya is the party. That is where you go to fucking party. And like but after a while, you start looking at your bank account. You start looking at your work. I'm like, wait a minute.
Gain weight and shit. You ain't taking care of yourself. You ain't shopping. You think you cute. You ain't got to do nothing. That's what really be annoying me. These Western men come and you're just like, bro, you don't get to just stop taking care of yourself. Like,
you ain't a dime, player. You ain't a dime out of it.
Like, what you got going on? Like, hello.
But it's the reality is your pocket money means more here than anything in the West. Yeah. Like when it comes down to it, it's economic privilege. That's what you have here. You have that economic privilege. A lot of my friends get mad at me for like white men, middle class white men. It's like being a fucking god out here in regards to dating. Like if you're a decent looking white dude with a little money from the UK, Canada, the States, or Australia, holy fuck. Like you don't have to have any personality here. Like these dudes, man, like and
disgusting.
And it's fucking like for me, it's annoying. I hate seeing when Westerners take advantage of locals, like a local culture. And I see a lot of guys who come here and do that because like, and that's the thing, in the West, they also have that worship too. Like white men in the West, middle-class white men in the West run shit. So when you come out here and you add another level of fetish on it, it's very real. It's very real. But the last thing I wanted to talk to you ladies about is fetish. So, sorry. As a black woman and as a black man here, we're fetishized by, Asian men, Asian women. Is that offensive to you, or is it flattering, or like what is it?
Man.
For me, real quick, I'm not bothered by it. For me, I'm like, look, I got to deal with the drawbacks of being a black man. I like to take the benefits as well. Like if you're like, he probably got a big dick. If it's true or not, I'm like, all right, let's find out, I guess. Like, or people just want to hang out with you. Or many people, because people are like, oh, this is a black person. Let's just.
No one asked.
What did you say? No, hey, whatever.
It's really funny though, because like a week or two ago, my friend came over and we walked to a grocery store, to Villa Market down in Nana, and it wasn't even like late. It wasn't even like no time people should be trying to solicit stuff, but I think it was like somebody from, I'm not even gonna say where he's from, but there was like a person who basically was approaching her like in a way that was just so like grimy, but his words were just like, like you're beautiful, you're this, you're that, and just like looking her up and down and like almost like think like it's the mindset that like, okay, I know I can say this to you because like that's just the culture here. Like I'm about to say what I want to say. I'm about to look at you like a piece of meat because like that's what the vibe is, especially in Nana. And my friend, I really appreciated how she handled it. She was like, well, thank you. Because it's like, I'm gonna say my thank you and keep walking. You ain't finna get shit. You ain't finna touch nothing.
Yeah.
You ain't finna pay for nothing and get like you can't even almost look this damn way. But you can say what you're gonna say, and like I'm gonna keep it pushing. And I think that that is the mindset that I pretty much have as well. Is like, I mean, people be saying all kind of stuff like I got big boobs. I'm like I'm very voluptuous. People be having all kind of shit to say. I be like, okay, like either I ignore it, or if it does get aggressive, then like I'm gonna have a problem with it. But for the most part, it's like keeping it moving and like I know I look good, so shit, like you gonna have some shit to say, but like don't cross the line. Do not cross the damn line. A couple like right before I moved from Isoke, I was at the Isoke train stop waiting on a bike to go to my damn apartment. Like I'm literally just going home, but it's like a Friday night, and of course, like I live in the city. Shit is popping. Like literally, when you get off of the Isoke train stop, you're right there at Soy Cowboy, like you said.
Prostitution center. Yeah.
Exactly. So this drunk white man coming up to me, literally touching on me. This was like maybe like 2 months ago. Like, hey, baby, type shit. If you don't get your ass the fuck on, like, what? I ain't got nothing for you. I was like, oh, where is this bike at? Come on, like, I'm ready to go home. It's just like, but he was like, obviously, like he's drunk. He just left all these damn places. Like, probably spent all his damn money. He looked so like bewildered. He was just like strolling down the street. But yeah, like that's pretty much how I feel about it. It's just like, man, if you don't go your ass on, like I ain't got nothing for you. But it is very, very, very hard for the average person to come here and deal with that, because it, especially if you always in that area and like you getting approached like that, it is really hard. Like I've had some real issues. Like I went to Koh Phangan for a full moon party. This was like probably like 3 years ago now, and we had to like they literally like ended up kicking us out because it was like this man who was like saying his little shit about black women and whatever. And me, I'm like ignoring the shit because I'm used, like you said, like black people deal with so much fucking shit. Like that, it becomes, sadly, it becomes like a norm that you just know how to kind of like handle. You ain't gonna make no big deal. I'm with my friends. Some of y'all not even black. Like y'all don't have to deal with this. Like I deal with it all the time. Like I'm just gonna, let's just try to like not make it a thing. My friends was like, hell no, like fuck that. She knows she beautiful. Yes, she black. She knows she black. Yes, she a woman. Da da da. Like we ain't gonna deal with this shit. And like we ended up getting kicked out. And like that was, I hadn't even been here a year, and I remember like experiencing that, and like it was just a lot. It's like I'm just trying to fucking live. Like I'm down here to be on the beach with my friends, turning up just the same way you turning up. Like leave me the hell alone, you know. So it sucks, but it's also like, how do you manage it, and how do you make sure that you are like confident within yourself and not letting other people's perceptions and how they move and affect you, and how you kind of like continue to do your thing.
No. So, and as a Thai woman, you know what I mean, you deal with being fetishized by Western men. That's kind of what a lot of guys actually come here. So what does it look like when these dudes approach you? And I want to go 2 ways with this. Dudes that approach you with the mindset that you might be a prostitute, or dudes that approach you like maybe a young Navy dude in Japan approaches you like to date.
There's so many different types of dudes that approach you. One might think you're a prostitute. One might just come up and grab your boob. I had that incident. Like they would just run up and grab my boob. And then they get like, cause I got offended and I was ready to hit on him. And he ran the fuck away. So they're not used to women saying back, yo, this is not right. Because a lot of women do play along. Or say, oh, thank you, and then keep it moving.
Do you think are women taught to play along here in Thai? Like, are Thai women taught to just let dudes do whatever?
I think so. A lot of women do give in to guys here. and it kind of gives them more power, to do what they keep on doing.
Yeah, I will
So
say
more women do need to speak up sometimes. Some things are not right.
yeah, I think it's definitely is one of those places where this is a masculine call. It's misogyny is the patriarchy is very very
I was
strong
just
in
about to
Thailand.
touch on that. I was just about to
Very
touch on
strong
Yeah.
here, and I think I want to close out on that note that one of the biggest things about moving to Bangkok and Thailand here is understanding the cultural norms here. And it's very important to have Thai friends. Like I see a lot of people who come out here only have expat friends. Most of my friends aren't expats, even close. And because you can get yourself in these bubbles,
Mm-hmm.
little communities of expats who all think the same. They don't learn the language. They don't learn the culture. They don't have to deal with stuff like you guys have to deal with. And it's easy to really not grow here. But coming out here, you have to understand that prostitution is a normal thing here. The patriarchal system is a normal thing here. Race issues is very normal here. Mixed children are very very common here. Most of them are celebrities. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's a very skin whitening, for example. It's a very big thing. I posted on my IG about the buying lotion, and most of it has skin whitening in it, so you have to be careful, and that surprised people. So I think one of the biggest things that I can tell you in regards to the myths about Bangkok is find reliable sources. When somebody who's only been here less than a year is telling you what it's like to live here, take it with a grain of salt. When somebody who's only been here for a few days is telling you what it's like to be in Bangkok, take it with a grain of salt because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They just haven't been here enough. Those of us who have been to Tori, you've been here what, 3 years, 4 years?
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, 3 years. It's just it'll make 3 years at the end of
Tori's
April.
been here 3 years. I've been here for 5 years, traveling here for longer than that. And a lot of other people. Nope grew up here. Gary has been here 3 years. So it's like you guys have to definitely take with a grain of salt what people are presenting you and actually what we're showing you, which is why I wanted to start this series and have conversations with diverse voices. So closing out, Tori and Noak, I want each one of you guys to give a myth about Bangkok that we didn't touch on and that you think is some bullshit. No, you can start.
Um. Okay. Giving money to street kids and not helping them.
That's a myth
Some
or that's the
people
truth?
they. Oh, it's that they're helping them if you give money to street kids.
Oh, it
That's
does.
a myth.
Oh, it's a myth. Okay, it's a myth. It's a myth. So, like here in Thailand, how does the begging culture work? Because honestly, I don't see that many beggars here. To be perfectly like outside of the tourist areas, like in Prakano, Anda, Tonga, I don't see many beggars at all over here. But like,
It has been gone a lot. It
yeah,
used to be a bunch, especially around Thong Lo area. You see like people living under the BTS
yeah.
and beg around there. But lately, the few years now, I haven't seen them.
Yeah. So is
But
it
there's some still kids selling. Yeah, go ahead.
no, is it the like the gang like the gang culture like in India where they'll have a gang of kids going out to beg and the money doesn't go to the kids, it goes to like some gang lord?
Yeah, that they do that. Especially those kids that sell flowers when you have a car stop.
Yeah.
So a lot of money there goes to maybe the gang leader instead of the kids. So kids are being used. So maybe you've been to clubs in Bangkok, and then when you come out from clubs, the kids selling shit,
Yeah, like gum or
like young kids. Yeah,
yeah, and you see it a lot. You actually do see it a lot anywhere there's prostitution. To be honest, between Asok and Prompong, you see a lot of people there with kids laying on the ground, sleep. And I understand they use like NyQuil, like to knock the kids out and have them sleep with babies right there, like on the sidewalk. Like it's
yeah.
fucking heartbreaking. And I'm thinking specifically right up under the BTS Asok. There's a pizza place and a Dunkin' Donuts. I think it is. It's Pala Pizza. I think it's right there where the MRT is. Every single night, there's some homeless, like a lady there, different ladies with kids, like who are just laying there passed out, and it's fucking heartbreaking to see. It really is. But like it fucks with me for hours after whenever I have to walk past a homeless person like that. Like in a place like India, it's so common, you see it all everywhere. But in Bangkok is like Siloam area is similar to Manhattan. Like the banking, you have banks and office buildings and stuff like that. So you walk around and you see all these billion-dollar companies and rich bankers and everybody around, and you see somebody there like passed out on the street. You know, it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. Tori.
Okay, so that's a tough one. I was trying to think about a few things that I hear. I hear bogus shit like people don't understand that we have actual plumbing. People don't understand we have like hot fucking showers. People don't understand that we have like actual apartments. Like I'm actually probably living way better than you are.
I'm so much trouble for this because it bothers me. Like people say shit like that. It's like, oh my God, that is a nice condo you have in Bangkok. I'm like, oh, do you guys have air conditioning? Yes, motherfucker. Bangkok is more advanced than most.
Exactly.
Get around. Oh,
exactly.
Taxi. What do you mean? How do I get around?
Exactly. So that stuff right there. Also, I know it's funny. It's crazy. People still think that. I would say like you can wear heels. There's a lot of stuff online where people just make Bangkok seem like it's, like you said, backpacker. No, like bring your damn clothes, bring your Sunday best. Like I be telling people, okay, y'all, we doing a party, all black, dressed up. They come through, I'm like,
why you wearing sandals?
Like, and it's because of the perception that, like, first of all, the sidewalks in Bangkok are really hard to walk on. So, like, I do not recommend you walking around in your cute outfits in the sidewalks. But that's the cute thing about being able to get a van. You can take the little cute van and take with the group, and that's be like 200 baht, or a bike, whatever you gotta do. But like at the end of the day, that's a myth to me. Like the backpacker, like that's what you dress, and everybody. That's what I was told. Like literally, like, oh, don't even bring no good shoes because they're gonna get messed up. They are gonna get messed up, but like still bring your good shoes. They're gonna get dirty, but bring your shit. Yeah. It's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, honestly, Bangkok can only, as a city, Bangkok can only be compared to London, New York, Tokyo, Singapore, Sydney. Like, it can only be compared to the major cities in the world because it is is advanced in so many ways. Going back to most U.S. cities will be going backwards.
Yeah,
a quality of life standpoint. It's my doctor's office, the grocery shopping, the delivery service, the transportation, it's amazing.
The personal maids, the personal drivers, the getting the massages when you want a massage, getting the facials because the facials don't cost that much. Like all of it, the eyelashes, the nails. I mean, that shit's still kind of expensive. The last one I would say is
that is still
I'd be like, dang, hold on. The other day,
I ain't never had mine. That's why I have y'all. I'm like, I just bite my nails.
I be like, hold on, 1,500 baht.
Especially during Corona now, you can't even go out to do your nails.
Well, let me tell y'all, because this probably about to make me sound like real extra, but I think it's a good point because it shows the quality of lifestyle and also shows that there's different like levels and like, so during coronavirus, like last week actually, my nail shop sent out a message like, yo, we doing home visits. If you want your nails done, we doing home visits. Only thing you got to pay is an extra goddamn travel fee. I said, bro, how much is the travel fee? 300 baht. That's $10. Book my appointment. Me and my friend, book my appointment. They came through.
The homie's the barber. He's doing the same thing. He's like, yo, man, I'm doing house calls, or y'all come through the spot. I got a massage girl who does. She only charged me extra 50 baht. Like
that's nice.
Yeah, she right down the street was like, yeah, come through. I'll do your like. It definitely is one of those places. But all right, ladies, I'm going to end this because we are getting a little long on the recording time. So, guys, as usual, leave the world better than you found it. Thank you, Nook and Tori, for joining me.
Thank you.
We're all friends, so we got a
Thank
little
you.
rambly. This is how we talk in
I
person.
know.
Thank you guys for joining us. If you have any questions about what it's like to live in Bangkok, go ahead and leave those below. There's going to be a bunch more videos about living in Bangkok after this whole coronavirus thing calms down and goes away. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys later.